Kaboom! What up? We're back.
Damn, so much energy this morning. What's going on, everybody? This is Amit.
And Dominic.
And we are back for another episode of the AIB Show. If you're watching...
Quick episode.
Yeah, if you're watching us on the streams, we may or may not be wearing the same apparel as the previous episode, but that's just because we're trying to get a uniform thing going.
Nah, you rushed me. I didn't have time to change.
Yeah, exactly. Except like I was going to change to be in the same boat. Yeah, so like, what you got? I got some lighter-hearted stuff.
Straight piping. Sounds
that?
like a Pornhub search. Anyway,
I was gonna say.
straight piping. Waka waka. Kaboom. Straight piping. It's an issue that I never thought of. Didn't really know the term. It's essentially.
I'm still thinking about it in a sexual way. And I'm like, I can't think about this seriously anymore. All right, continue.
It's essentially in your house when for sanitary when you use the toilet, right? It goes in the toilet straight into a pipe, out into your lawn, out into grass. That's it. It's more commonplace than we realize.
You mean no whatchamacallit?
No septic tank because there's no municipal sewer system available, okay. Right? So then you're expected to have a septic tanks. But these are for people that have been around. This disproportionately affects people living in rural areas and people who are poor and people who are black. Right? Often the three of those combine, but it's also those are the three key demos, and often it's all three. Lowndes County, Alabama. In Lowndes County, Alabama, well, this is very popular. 3,000 houses were surveyed, and 2/3 of them, that would be 2,000 houses, had failed systems or no systems. Now, failed system is basically the same as no system because the failed system is defined as there was once a system, but now it just does this. It's a very degrading reality. You know, kids can't go outside. You smell this stuff in your house. You know, I was watching interviews of people saying they lock up their house. They've got central air conditioning. It permeates. You wake up in the night smelling this stuff.
Hold up. You're trying to tell me you can have a house with central AC and still have poop being dropped outside your house directly? It's like at least many feet, yards away from your house?
No, some of them is literally right outside. If you can't even afford the piping to get it out. Some of them goes further out. In this, right?
So how does one eventually?
But in the streams, but guess what? This winds up coming back filling into the house. So, a doctor did independent tests, and hookworm was thought to have been eradicated in the U.S. A doctor did an independent test and found many instances of hookworm in individuals who live in these areas. So now the CDC and the state of Alabama are investigating, right? When it rains, especially. When the rain mixing with that, it builds up, it backs up into your house. Now, Alabama also considers where they don't have municipal sewer, considers not installing a septic tank a crime. Unfortunately, these people have to commit a crime. So they're being fined. They're having issues. They can't afford it. They can't afford a $15,000 septic system, $20,000 septic tank installation. Right? They're living in a mobile home that's not even worth that. So it's a sad issue I didn't know about, and is evidently way more common. And you had an investigative journalist go there, and he said, I've never seen this in America, never. I've seen it in Haiti, I've seen it in parts of Southeast Asia, I've seen it in parts of war-torn Africa. I've never seen this in the U.S. And it's sad. These are the things we don't think about. We think there's so. When everybody says America is the greatest, America is the best, and again, for you and me personally, we wouldn't live anywhere else. Our lives here are great. There's issues, but we love living here. But it's not easy for a ton of people, man. And not easy is the understatement. It's miserable, absolute misery.
I didn't know this was a thing, and I don't know if you guys have had the horrible experience of having your septic tank, and by mine, I was at somebody else's house, having the septic tank not function appropriately. Just you get a funk. Ooh, you get that smell.
Oh, how about this?
Imagine that being just permanent.
Oh, I know. I used to clean a septic tank every week for years.
Hold up, not him literally, by the way.
Whoa. beep,
Bruh,
beep, back it up. Literally.
Hold on. What do you mean?
I used to take a crowbar.
Yeah.
Lift up the manhole something.
The
Remember
manhole.
my property in Hollywood? Manhole.
Is it a manhole?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah.
Yeah. This was back when you know.
Dominic was a slumlord for a period of time.
Yeah, this guy. The irony. I was evicting people. No. I was amazing. I got taken advantage of because I couldn't. Oh, I lost my job. Okay, pay rent next month. Oh, well, I don't have a job. Have you gone to look for a job? Yeah. I asked the other neighbors. He hasn't set foot of his house for a month, just drinking, right? So anyway, I had this property, and life was really easy for me. I was making a lot of money and barely not really working. So I thought this is my reality check. So every week I could have paid one of the tenants $10 to do this, $10, but I would drive 45 minutes every Thursday myself to go lift it up, open up the septic tank, wash it out. First of all, you ever seen opaque cockroaches? Like they've never seen light in their life? It's a different level of nastiness.
Bruh, like right? That alone, I'd pay.
Like you can see through the brown hue. And when you splash, when you're taking a hose and splashing out this filter thing down there, and it's splashing on you.
What are you wearing?
T-shirt and shorts, so it'd get on my skin, and I have like white. It's horrific.
Why
and I was like,
"This is on like a pants or some kind of like hazmat suit situation."
No, I didn't go in it. No, I know. I didn't climb in it.
Just being in the vicinity, dog.
Yeah,
backsplash you just mentioned.
You want to hear the worst part?
That is the worst part.
After 2 years, it failed, and I had to buy a whole new one. I was told by the company installing it, they're like, "Why were you doing this? You never had to do this." I go, "The owner who sold me this told me it had to be done every week." They laughed. They go, "No, it never has to be done." So I subjected myself to feces every day. So anyway, I know about septic tanks.
I don't understand what you were cleaning.
There was it was a filter. I had to take the crowbar, grab a chain, pick it up from the bottom, this thing that was in there, and then wash it out with a hose. I got nightmares over that. So.
And you wouldn't wear. I mean, I would wear a hazmat suit and stuff like that. You who hand sanitizers for everything.
No, I'd wear goggles. I'd wear goggles and then put my lips like inside my mouth just in case. Mark this like this.
So,
like sun goggles. Yeah.
So hold up, you're wearing sunglasses, not literal fucking not
like warehouse. No, sun goggles. Yeah.
You're wearing sunglasses. You're not wearing no face shield or whatever.
No, apparently. But I put my lip inside my mouth.
Oh yeah, because that's totally protected. Yeah, I'm with you. And your skin is exposed.
Yeah, mind you, it's not as if I got 50 splashes.
You get a splash. I
get several.
Somebody else's, man. I even know. Come on, and cockroaches that are opaque. What are you?
Oh, they start scurrying around.
Oh, bro,
I would jump.
Man. I'm literally about to.
You lift up the tank and they're right there. You jump.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Like
I think I told you this story here. For those of you know, in Florida we have palmetto bugs, which are flying cockroaches. So I was outside my house last year.
Devil themselves.
I was walking, and all of a sudden I saw the cockroach on the wall outside, and then it came at me. It just flapped its wings, and came to my. And I remember just screaming, "Bomba clouds!" and running.
Dude, hold up. I don't mess with those things at all. Like I told you the story about me in my old building by Dayland.
No.
So of my old building, so I used to live in this 1-bedroom apartment, and we had the washer dryer was on the floor, but it was in like a separate room, and so there's there's windows and ventilation for it, and also that's where the trash chute was. So I remember going by there one night to throw away some trash. And as I go by and I walk to the door of the situation, and there's this young lady in there who's, she's pretty attractive and she's sitting there, but she is, she's like stoic, like she's staying, and I've got garbage in my hand. I'm trying to walk past her to go throw the garbage away, but I'm stopped at the doorway because I'm looking at her and she looks, perplexed and stressed out. And I'm attracted to her. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm kind of confused with what's going on. And then she looks up at the wall and there's a giant palmetto bug. Now, Amit doesn't do roaches at all. Like it's not right?
What?
So, but now
remember me to tell you a funny story about roach, but go on.
I'm trying to play a rock and a hard place. Like,
hey, you think she wants you to kill it?
No, I think she does want me to kill it.
With what? Your hand?
No. So I'm looking around, and then there's like a bounce box, right? They used to have bounce in there, and I say usually because it's an empty bounce box, which means it's flimsy, and these things are resilient. So I know that bounce box.
You got to crush it up into a ball.
Yeah, you got to do a whole bunch of stuff, right? So now I'm sitting there, and again, I got garbage in my hand that I'm just literally trying to go throw garbage away, and now I'm not attracted to this girl anymore because she's putting me in a position that I don't want to be in. You feel me? Like I'm confident and all, but I'm losing confidence by the minute. So I sit there, she's looking at me, I'm looking at her, and I'm like, crap, I got to do something. So I put down the garbage, right? And I'm building up, my back is wet with sweat because I'm so stressed out at this point, right? But I'm trying to maintain a very stoic face. And I was looking at the girl, and I give her the head nod like, I got this. And I grab the bounce box. Now, I don't do what you're saying. I don't make it a ball because I didn't know what I was doing. And I figured if I put my hand inside the box, I would give it a good surface area. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, geez.
And then I know it would be gross, but I'm not directly touching the roach, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and so this is my assumption. Now, again, Amit's also not a very tall man, and this roach is a little higher. So I've got to climb on top of a washing machine or dryer to make this happen, right? Again, a lot of things working against me in this dynamic. So I get on this dryer gingerly, right? Because I don't want to scare the palmetto bug.
Oh, you had to climb up on the dryer?
Bro, I just got to get knee high. It's a little above it, man. I'm not that tall. What do you want me to do? Like, it's not like a jumping whatever, right? So I get up there. So now I'm in a position that again is against me because
if it comes at you, what are you doing?
I'm gonna fall off. It's a whole thing, right? So they get up, right? So now I'm not completely on there. I've got one knee on this thing, like I'm about to go up. My other foot's on the ground, and I got the box in my right hand, and I'm just kind of slowly reaching up, and this friggin' thing takes off, and I shriek. I don't say it's not like I'm not manly going, oh my God, I scream, right? At a decibel level that's inappropriate for any man to have post-puberty. And I'm screaming, right? And then at this point, I'm just flailing with this box because I don't want it hitting me in the face, right? So I don't know where it's gone. So now my eyes are closed and I'm screaming and whatever, and it flies to the opposing wall. So, and this woman is just sitting there. She's also scared, but she's, I think, more scared by what the hell I'm doing versus scared of the roach at this point. And so at this point, I realized I can't. So I put the bounce box back where it was on top of the dryer. I slept down. I go and grab my garbage, and I go back to my apartment, and I will never see this woman again. Didn't put the garbage up. Came back another day. Garbage going right back in my kitchen. Not like, it was the most emasculating situation possible. And then I'm like, why would she put me in this situation? And I don't think I ever saw her again. And maybe if I did, I don't think I don't know what was going on there.
I thought I was bad, but that's worse. Another one that's bad, though, is up until I was a teenager, and I don't mean like 13. I mean 17, 18. In Jamaica, I'd call my mom to come downstairs anytime there's a cockroach like in my room.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I fessed up in Jamaica when I had no choice. But again, we didn't have the flying ones as much as we got in Miami.
No. The Florida ones are way worse.
Yeah. Once they fly, man, I mean, you got two things on me. I couldn't. They got this. They're expedient. They're quick. They fly, but they weren't opaque. That's a whole different level that I'm not ready for.
All right, real quick, because I know you got to run. Today's version of Who Knows. This is wild. The cost of incarceration for an individual at Rikers Island, jail in New York, annually, over $550,000.
Per person?
Per person. $1,525 a day. And we have so many people locked up there that should not be locked up.
But how is that possible?
This is a stat that I'm actually going to look it up. Yeah, go to a hotel.
I was just at a hotel. Yeah. It was way less than that.
So remember, tuition room and board at Harvard is not even $76,000.
That's what I'm saying. How is that possible? I'm going to go on a limb here and say we're getting taken.
How about this? We're gonna research this next episode and verify it. But that's staggering, is what I'm reading. Also,
completely. Mm-hmm.
Also, in better news, the Alabama State Supreme Court. Let me put it up right here. Oh, sorry. Late Monday night, the Federal Court of Alabama struck down Alabama's newly drawn congressional map. The state legislature must draft a new congressional map that contains 2 districts where black voters have the opportunity to elect candidates of their choice. The state's current map only has one majority black district, District 7. While black people are about 27% of Alabama's population, they are represented in only 14% of congressional districts. In 5 of the 6 redistricting cycles since 1960, Alabama's legislative districts have violated the rights of voters under the U.S. Constitution and the Voting Rights Act.
Wow.
This happens everywhere, and it's still trying to happen. They're trying to do it here in Florida. It's mind-boggling. The fact that we don't see this, it's not just trying to control. It's trying to control your own votes, but disproportionately against, as well, certain types of individuals. They don't want voting and having more power, which is why Charles Blow has a movement. He says he urges the anti-migration. You know, back in the day, post-Reconstruction, there was a movement to the Northeast for Black people. That's why there's a significant population in major cities, New York, Philly, etc. His move is to push people to come back to the South to have
To
more
have voice.
more representational, because they already have a solid in the North, so it's more representational power.
Yeah. On a completely unrelated situation, Nick Cage. This guy's done some interesting movies, some crazy movies, and some interesting movies.
Face Off, that prison one.
That prison. Wow, look at this guy with his movie
great.
knowledge.
It was great.
Con Air.
Con Air,
Is that what
yes.
you're talking about?
Yeah.
And The Rock. Two prison
That's
ones,
actually that's the one I
consider?
was talking about. But Con Air, yes.
Yeah. So this guy, so he's got a movie called Pig that came out recently, which I saw on a flight. And the premise is somebody stole. He was an amazing chef who became a recluse, and he has a pig that's his pet that also helps him find truffles. It's a truffle pig, and somebody stole his truffle pig. And this was
a moneymaker.
Yeah, but this was the movie. Again, crazy premise.
Worth watching?
Yeah, it's artsy. It actually isn't a bad film.
How much abs?
Honestly, that one's it's like a 4 ab. I'm not gonna lie, it was actually a pretty decent
4 abs again.
plot.
Reminder that that's how Amit reviews shows and movies. Check him out on TikTok, on Instagram at what Amit is watching. He rates them on a scale of, I guess, no abs to 6 abs.
That is correct. Also need a producer for that one if you know anybody, because it's not so good at the TikTok life. That turns out that's a lot harder than there is that. So anyway, so he's got a bunch of random movies like that. He's got a movie Mandy where he's a crazed killer situation, which I didn't really see because that was a little too much for me. But he does these crazy things. He's also doing movies coming out that I'm actually excited to see where he plays himself. So he plays Nick Cage getting invited to a party by a rich person to be Nick Cage, which I think is the most amazing Nick Cage thing of all. I had to see that. But now he's got a movie coming out where Nick Cage has a pet crow who profanely insults him. Because, of course, Nick Cage. So whoever's pitching Nick Cage, well done, because you're creating the most outlandish music in the world, and he's
But you know
loving
what? At least we're not regurgitating the same
This is the
concepts
opposite of
over and
regurgitating,
over and over. Just try something.
But these are like, oh, pet crow? Like, how do you understand this concept? I'm curious. I'm very curious to see the trailer for this movie. But my point is Nick Cage doing some cool stuff. Well done, Nick Cage. You're on mute. You can't keep talking on mute.
Wasn't that a Alfred Hitchcock movie? The Crows?
No, that was a whole different. They weren't talking to you. They were literally trying to kill you. That was a school of crows trying to kill you.
I saw a great Hitchcock movie the other day.
Why are you watching Hitchcock movies in 2022?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Did you watch The Birds?
That's the one I was thinking of for the Crows.
Yeah,
but
I figured. I know. That's why I threw it out
but
there.
no, this was a different one. About a guy who went to maybe Algeria or Egypt and then got set up, and it was great.
So you really apparently you remember the movie, you remember where he went, you remember a lot about those films, even.
Yeah.
Exactly. Black and white.
The man who knew too much.
I've heard about this one, never seen it.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Great.
Abs?
5 abs.
Wow. All right, I'll give it a whirl.
Justice over order. Be better. Rate, review the show. Let's do this. Help us spread.
Get rid of cockroaches around the world.
Help us get rid of cockroaches. We need a producer to help anybody, an unpaid guy who likes helping or gal who likes helping.
Exactly. An individual who is savvy enough to help us out because we are old peoples. Much love, everybody. Thanks again.
Peace.